So this is just something in between the debates that you can watch. It's not dividing, it's more unifying than dividing, all right? So in the comments of my last acrylic testing videos, some people were asking for a Hataka paint test. And actually it was a good occasion because I just was about to finish the build of my Heller Su-27 model and it was time for painting. So I got myself a set of the Hataka paints because there is one set especially dedicated for the Ukrainian version of the Su-27. Now, so you will see the working session working with the Hataka paints. You will hear my verdict about the Hataka paints because meanwhile I have a clear opinion, and you will also watch the finished model of the Su-27, or almost finished, like presque finished model of the Su-27, the Heller mold steel fully revised thing. If you want to know more about the fully revised Heller kits, check out this video I'm linking up here because yeah, it is something. So are the Hataka Redline airbrush paints any good? We will find out right now. So this is the paint set that I was talking about, the Blue Pixel Volume 1. It comes with 8 different colors, Traffic Red, Willow Green, different blue types and 2 types of gray. It's a mega pack and it contains 8 bottles with 17 milliliters. There is like an instruction somehow where to use which paint, but it's actually mostly if it's interior or landing gear or outside. These are the paints, these are the bottles. They have like standard bottles of 17 millimeters, and here we see the price is €2.80. That is 0.164 euros. That is just the price per milliliter, because we can compare it with the ones from the previous videos. So it's the second most expensive of the 4. So this is the extra light blue. That's just that's the paint for the lower surface. They have standard bottles and a steering ball. And believe me, the steering ball is heavily needed because yeah, there is intense shaking is needed before you start using the paints. Now, it's dripping off my steering stick. You can see that. For instance, the AK 3rd Gen is not doing this because it has a thicker consistency. These Hataka paints, they are already quite thin, so I didn't use a lot of thinner, maximum 50-50, but I more tended to use like 30% thinner and 70% paint, because I think when you thin them down more than, I don't know, 30-40%, the coverage will be not as expected. So I laid down a first thin coat of the extra light blue. The handling is okay, the handling is good. It's I don't know, I think the coverage is there's a bit of lack of coverage. What is nice is they have a fast drying time. It's written on the bottle and it's true. That's a positive aspect. And when the paints dry, they dry in a nice satin look, which I like, and I have the feeling that they are also quite durable. These paints are maybe a bit more durable, for instance, than the Vallejo Model Air, because there is some other ingredient. Now, I'm not an expert in ingredients of acrylic paints, but I can feel it when I had to clean the airbrush. It's a bit more, the stuff is more sticky, and yeah, it takes a bit more, a bigger effort to keep the airbrush clean, especially when you do a longer session. When I mean, now here I just covered the entire surface with one paint of the lower surface and the entire upper surface with the other paint, so it's quite a longer session because you have to wait in between the coats. And then you will see this in your airbrush. It takes more to clean the airbrush properly, as for instance with Vallejo, AK, or also all the ammo paints, the ammo acrylics. It is also smellable. You can smell it. The paint, they have a certain smell which will tell you, I don't know what it is exactly, but I know the smell. Other acrylic paints that I have tested don't have that smell, and they are more easy to clean. I guess it's an ingredient to make it dry faster, which causes that. I could be wrong. As I said, I'm not an expert. I know I have not only the best, but also the smartest subscribers, so I'm sure some of you guys know what's going on, and you can tell me exactly why is that. And also, like I mentioned before, you really need to shake it intensively to mix all the ingredients properly. It's not as easy as with other paints that we have tested in previous acrylic testing videos. So here you can see the look of the finished look of the completely dried paints. Decals are applied, a little bit of weathering, mostly just washes are applied, and I applied a satin coat on the upper surface, and on the lower surface it's still the gloss coat that I did to prepare the surface to apply the decals. So I haven't done another coat on it. It's just still this coat. The colors are lively. They dry nice with the satin touch. I like it. They dry fast. The coverage though could be better. They are very difficult if you want to hand brush certain parts. Not my favorite paint for hand brushing. Of course, I know it's designed and produced for airbrush. It's the AIRBRUSH red line, but other airbrush acrylic paints are much better to hand brush as well. By the way, here I'm only sharing my own humble opinion, which does not count so much, but I would love to hear your opinion. Did you already work with the Hataka red line paints or any other line of the Hataka paints? Please let me know your experiences in the comment section. I always love hearing from you guys. Please share your wisdom for us, for everybody here to learn something. Thanks guys. I know you're the best. So all in all, I think in general there are pros and cons of the Hataka Redline airbrush paints. And so far, I think we're kind of on the positive side. You know, the cons are not heavier than the pros of these paints so far. But there's one point which I don't like, and that's the color accuracy. Because in my opinion, I really think the color tone accuracy is not really given. Again, here, I'm not an expert, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole which color tone exactly is the most accurate and stuff like that. But I think here these color tones are all too bright. Everything is just a bit too bright. And I was thinking this at the beginning when I opened those bottles and I checked the color tones and stuff. And then I thought, because I will lay down a black primer first anyway, and then I will cover it later with at least one coat of varnish, if not 2 or 3 coats, which will also tone down a bit the color. Yeah, everything will get darker than it is right now. And maybe with this effect, we will have more or less an accurate tone. Like we are on a level which is more or less accurate. It's like an accuracy belt, you know, you can be inside this belt. Maybe in the middle, just there's the exact right tone, but all over there's like a belt, and you can be within a range, within a certain range. And I think, yeah, with black primer, maybe we get into this range. But if I would have used gray primer, man, there's no way. I mean, these colors would be too bright. Everything would shine so bright. It's not, I don't believe, I really don't believe this is accurate. I will test another set. It's a World War II color tone set. And let's see if these are, if I also have the impression that those color tones will also be too bright or not. But here with this set, yeah, the tones are too bright, man. So in my opinion, yeah, not my favorite one. Not my favorite one. It's not, the paints are not bad. I'm not saying they are bad. You can work with them. It's fine. I think maybe you have to be a bit careful with the color tones, and cleaning the airbrush is not as easy as with other acrylics. So I hope this test was helpful for you to get an idea how it is to work with the Hataka redline paints. If you're interested in a test of the Ammo Atom paints and a comparison with Vallejo Model Air and AK 3rd Gen, check out this video. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.